Hello everyone, this is X-Snagger Wes and welcome to Wes Plays Minecraft. Actually, I know. Big surprise that... Oh my gosh, really? Okay. Hello everybody and welcome to Wes Plays. I know I already said it. I'm not even gonna video edit it out because I suck at video editing. Started out in creative there. Sorry about that, guys. But you know what? That's just the dish of the day for me today, and so many other days that I don't want to stop recording. I don't want to stop this. I just want to get on with it. On that note, I'm gonna set myself a timer. Okay. And on that note, I'll get on with the updates. So there wasn't a video last weekend, or this weekend, or whatever you want to call it. There was not a video. I'm very sorry for that. I do have excuses. I do have, well, they're legitimate excuses. They're reasons I could not get it out. And it's just, I have been so busy recently. I've been doing so many things. It's been a busy time. The holidays doesn't exactly end with the year-end holidays. Because there's beginning of the year holidays. There's birthdays. There's Valentine's Day even, and to be honest, actually, my birthday is coming up soon. So I'm really excited for that. But still, the end of the holidays, the holidays just don't seem to end around the winter time, and so you guys know how busy that can be. And I have just been, I've been working so hard recently that by the end of the day, I'm so depleted physically, mentally, and emotionally that I have not been able to get on my computer to even just post the videos. I mean, they're uploaded, and they're ready, but I have to watch them to make sure, I don't have to edit anything out or edit anything in. And then I even have to, add descriptions and stuff like that, and so it's gotten to the point where I just, I couldn't do it because I've been so, I've been so out of energy recently that I just couldn't. And I do apologize for that. I am sorry that it's been so long. Well, I mean, I suppose it's not been so long since you guys have seen a video. I mean, you guys get to see videos all the time from me. It's just been last week that we haven't. Forgot about something. But yeah, I'm sorry if I disappoint you guys with not having a video last weekend. It's hard to focus while I'm actually playing. But yeah, that brings on the thing. I haven't even had enough energy at the end of the day to clean my desk off, let alone record and post videos and stuff. And it's just gotten to the point where I'm starting to really think that I should reconsider the way I'm doing some things. That I should reconsider the way I'm doing things because I know I have to edit videos, and I know I have to have them edited before I upload them in order to get them out in a much more timely fashion. And I don't want to. I don't like keeping you guys waiting or anything like that. I've got to wait till this cloud passes to actually see what I'm doing. Ridiculous. And I wanted to change the format of things. I want to see if I can do a stock video description for every video. With basically like my information, like my links and information about me and all that stuff like that, like the software I'm using, the games I'm playing, the texture pack I'm using here. It's Faithful 32, by the way. I had a little trouble last time I started up the game when I tried to run this texture pack because I guess I don't know if it's the texture pack or the game that's made it so, but I had a heck of a time trying to get things to work, and we're gonna try to decide where I want my base here. Anywho, this is actually not just a new Let's Play video. This is actually an update, and I don't know if I'm going to do all of my update videos like this in the future, being on a new thing, or if I'm just going to do an actual new Let's Play series. But I will tell you, if I do this one, I will post as I record, which means you may get videos more often or much less often than my other videos. And I don't want to straight up deprive you guys of that before I even get started with it. But that's just how things are going to have to go. So I did, like I said, I wanted to throw in my recording software, my editing software, all of the stuff that I use, even the hardware specs, if necessary, like the microphone I use. If I ever get an upgrade and want to, like, promote them, I'm like, oh, this microphone's so great that I want, everyone to know what I'm using. I doubt I'll get to that point anytime really soon in the near future, but I just, I want to keep you guys updated, and I want to be, like, full disclosure with you guys. I want you guys to, completely understand. I want us to all be at an understanding with each other. And it would be really nice to have that kind of interaction with you guys, too, so it's like, we could still do a Q&A and stuff and like that, and you could ask me about my strategies and all that kind of stuff. I am not opposed to that at all. In fact, I really love comments. I'd like to see comments. But on that same subject, I would also like to change some of the content that I do. There are loads of things that I wanted to do when I started YouTube, and honestly, the fact that I'm on YouTube right now does not change the fact that it doesn't change the fact that I still haven't done any of those things that I planned to do, that I wanted to do before I even got into it. And I just wanted to, like, I just wanted to at least make mention of that kind of thing, so that it wasn't like, so that I wasn't so bitter down the road saying, man, I joined YouTube and I'm not doing what I want to do. So the kinds of content that I want to do is I actually want to bring things to the people that that I really want to make connections with. So thank you to my actual viewers for really watching these things. And I do really appreciate that I have an audience for the types of videos that I do when I do these types of videos. But it's also hard to connect with some of the people that I'm friends with, because they're not interested in any of the things that I do. I'm kind of like I wouldn't call myself a hipster in the group, but I'm kind of like the opposite of that. I'm into things after they're interesting, and so I take so long to get into things that people don't want to. That by that time, people don't want to do those things anymore. And it's just Minecraft is a perfect example, by the way. Everybody, all of my friends, back when Minecraft was new and shiny and everything like that, they all got Minecraft. It was like $12 or whatever, and they're all like, dude, you should really play it. It's a fun game. You'd really like it. And the truth is, I did when I started playing it about 2 years later. And after that, I suppose they had all just been burnt out on it, I mean, they've probably seen the new features, and they've played since then and everything like that. But it feels kind of disappointing that we got to that point where I didn't actually do anything until it was kind of too late, I guess in my opinion, it was when it was too late that I actually started doing that. And I gotta admit, I feel kind of bad about that, but I don't want that to control, how I'm doing things. I don't want that to influence, what I really like. I will just say that from now on, I will definitely give things a try before I straight up say, no, I don't want to do that. And so you guys will get a little piece of that. If you ask me to play a certain game or anything like that, I will actually graciously accept that offer to actually try something that I haven't tried before. And it's actually kind of an exciting experience, and I will admit that even now is an exciting experience, being able to play games online with with a crowd, with people who actually want to see me play it. It just kind of brings me to another argument that I have, though, about not just the channel, but my own personal preferences and everything else that I do for fun and for, well, I guess even work, technically. Although more on that later. That's not really something that I'm too comfortable sharing with perfect strangers at the moment. Maybe I'll get to know all of you better. But I do have a rant about the fact that a lot of the people that, like, you guys that are watching this video, obviously you're watching it, so you're not who I'm talking about in this case. But a lot of my friends, they just don't give two cares about what I'm doing. I'll send them links to all of the stuff that I'm interested in, and they'll just be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll check it out eventually, and then they never do, because they're never really interested in it. And it's hard to get people excited about something if they don't like it. And I have grown to, yes, I have grown to accept that, that fact, that not everybody's going to be interested in the same thing that I'm doing. But it's what made it hard to connect with people that I am still friends with now, and that I don't actually talk to as much. So, for example, I really like ponies. I talk about My Little Pony all the time. And, I mean, if you watch any of my other videos, you'd be like, what? I haven't heard you talk about them in a really long time. And, I mention them, offhand a lot, but there's not really that much to talk about after, I initially joined the fandom, did all of these exciting things, and I kind of burnt myself out on it because, I kind of burned myself, honestly, because I got so excited about this one beautiful thing that I had started into, and I didn't consider that I should take it probably a little bit slower so that I didn't get tired of it. I hear a zombie. Yeah, but it's probably going to take forever to get to me. And so, I never really considered things. I never really thought things through perfectly when I did them. And so I basically stopped talking to a bunch of people that I loved talking to before because I kind of ran out of things to say. So I've been recently considering that a lot. And I actually started talking to another person I'm friends with online, Sparky. They have, I could probably actually, yeah, I can link them in the description. And they even have a YouTube channel, so they're actually a reviewer and an analyst. It's actually pretty fun to see people's views on things and to see analyzing stuff. It does seem a little crowded, I will admit, in the YouTube community to see somebody reviewing something, of course, but I still think it's interesting to see them. But what they're really known for is writing. And I used to edit their work and I used to read their stories all the time. And now I rarely do. And I've been considering that maybe I should actually reconsider talking to them again. And I think I stopped talking to them mainly because I felt a little shunned by the group because I was a little bit out of place. I was not in the same demographic as the rest of their readers. And it was just kind of hard to get along with not only those readers but also them. When we were talking about stories and talking about preferences and everything, it's hard to get along with somebody you don't have a lot in common with, and at that point, to me, it felt like we didn't have much in common, and I think that that's actually an unfair assessment by me, because it's technically untrue. We did have a lot in common. We did talk about so many things that we could do together, including the stories and liking ponies and everything. But recently it's just gotten to the point where I have figured it out that I probably should start talking to some other people before, or some other people I used to. Another one is Booter. We used to play Minecraft together all the time too. We both really love ponies, and so we have that to share. The reason we stopped talking is basically because he's not really easy to get along with any of the rest of my friends, and it's just hard to get along with somebody who hates everything constantly. And I don't know. It was kind of a buzzkill, and I didn't like it, but I dealt with it. And I suppose at the time, the better solution, and this is advice to all of you guys who, don't really think ahead that much about it, is I should have instead of just cutting him out completely. Then I should have actually confronted him about it and told him, hey, I don't like, your attitude towards this. You can't only be nice to me and not be nice to anybody else. You have to treat people with respect. You have to, even strangers, you have to treat with some amount of respect instead of just saying and coming out and saying, I hate you right away. So, Booter, if you are watching this by some fluke, and I really would be surprised if you were, hi, I'm sorry I didn't confront you about that sort of thing, and I'm sorry I kind of took an issue with it. And I know, and I know I should know better that you don't particularly care what other people think, and I do admit that that's kind of a hard thing to get along with personally, but I also accept the way that the way that you think and all that stuff. I can understand the circumstances that would bring you to that, and why you don't want to trust people anymore. But I will apologize for not confronting you straight on, and all that stuff. And so, back to my real viewers, the people who are actually watching this, that's what I've been thinking about lately, talking to some of my old friends. And those two that I mentioned aren't really the only ones, and I don't really feel like I've shunned them. I just feel like we've gone in different directions, and it's been difficult to, it's just been difficult to connect, with anyone for me recently. But back on a lighter note, the things that I have been up to are actually, I helped Fenris, however you want to say that. He is another writer that again, we share stories, we've edited for each other, but neither of us really write anymore. We're both kind of we're both kind of off that for a while. We're on a little break from it, hiatus of sorts, to speak. And Fenris and I, we've been spending a lot of time together recently, actually, talking and everything. And he and I built a computer together. This isn't one we share, obviously. This is his computer. But he had a decent budget for a computer, and he was really excited to get a computer that he could build himself, and it could last for a really long time. And he wanted it to be powerful enough to not have to just not have to worry about things like hard drive space or multitasking or anything like that. And so he's going to try to run a home server. A home server type thing. It's going to be a media server, a file server that people can store and retrieve data from. He might run a Minecraft server on it in the background, but that depends on his performance in the games if it actually slows them down. At the moment, it does not have a graphic card in it, but it's really coming together. It's actually a really decent machine. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. It's got a Skylake i5 processor. It's the non-K version because we don't really need to overclock or anything like that. And oh, what else? Oh, and it's got a 240 gig SSD in it. I won't bother to mention the motherboard, but the case is the same case, or it's another version of the case I have. It's a bigger version of the case I have, and it's just a pretty sweet build altogether. I just sort of like point out. I actually like the build. It looks nice. It's got a nice CPU heatsink. It actually, that thing is frigid. It's not just cool. It doesn't just cool that CPU. It is cold. It runs at about like 29 degrees Celsius average, which I know is definitely it's still hot, but for a CPU, especially compared to my machine, which is on an AMD A10, it's frigid compared to mine. And so it was really fun to build a computer with them, and I might go over more specs later in the future. But that moves me on to the fact that, again, I don't know if I mentioned it before. I know this is the second take for this video, honestly, and like Minecraft was wigging out before. I had just started it with a resource pack. It was causing problems. It was causing crashes and stuff like that. But I recently upgraded my computer as well. But before that, slightly before that, I did hash out. Oh gosh, what was it? Oh, before I upgraded my computer, I actually did a little photo shoot. We had Fenris's computer right next to mine, and it was kind of a silly thing. It's like look at this little mini one that's a little bit underpowered, and then look at this beast of a machine that all it needs is a graphic card, and it'll trump anything else in the house. But it was really fun, and since then, actually, my computer had been unplugged for I think almost a week. Either almost or a little bit over a week, and it was just it was hard to get along because for the whole time I was exhausted. I was completely depleted. I was so busy doing other things that my bedroom was used only for sleeping. I don't know if I said that before or not. I'm sorry if I did. I'm not going to edit this one because I'm really trying hard to get this right. I still do not have a video editor, unfortunately, and yes, I am still working on that type of thing. So where am I going with this? Oh yes, so I've had my computer unplugged for so long. I haven't even had the energy or the time to clean off my desk, and that's how busy I was. And it's just it's been a ride, guys. I will say that it has been a ride. But I'm finally back to my computer. I've installed a new SSD in it because the hard drive in it was crashing. It was spitting out errors and all kinds of stuff related to memory. Haven't gotten those in a while now, actually, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. So yeah, the SSD appears to have fixed it. I still need more RAM in it. I'm going to upgrade that too. And so yeah, and I got the new operating system installed, and now I can comfortably play on this thing. I only have a few things on though, so it's going to be a while before I'm actually back up to par on all the things that I was uploading before. So there may even be a hiatus, as unfortunate as that sounds. There may be a hiatus where I can't upload, post, or even record videos because I have to get all of my files transferred over from that old hard drive to this one. I will say that the upgrade process for me was pretty nice because I could reinstall Windows completely, and because it was on the same device and because I was using the same account, the entitlement that I got for the testing of Windows 10 Insider preview carried over, and so I basically got Windows 10 for free again. And I don't really mean again, because obviously it's the same computer. That doesn't really mean I'm like, that doesn't really mean it's a different key that I got, and I was totally getting away with having free versions of Windows, like the torrenters and the hackers and all that stuff. But yeah, it's been an easy experience to upgrade my hard drive to this. I could have done an image of it, but it had 2 accounts on it. There was a lot going on with that one. So now I have a clean install. I have to move all of my files over still, and to be honest, the old hard drive, it still works technically, and it's actually even still in the machine. It's just not plugged in at the moment. And yeah, it's. I gotta do that, and honestly, I'm not gonna bust my hump too much to get that done in a timely manner. Although it would be fun if I could do that in a timely manner, and that's what I'm gonna leave it. I'm not even gonna say, oh, I want to do this, or I'm going to do this. I'm not really gonna put any effort into doing it in such a timely manner, because it's just. I have videos uploaded. I have them buffered for a reason, and I've wanted for a while to go back to, or to go to, not having them buffered and just upload them as I do them. But then I realized that I would get like 3 videos in one day and then none for 3 weeks, and I just would feel so unmotivated that I wouldn't want to do it again. And oh my gosh, okay, so that's that round of updates. I still have my notes next to me, so I'm gonna read off of my notes now. Yes. Back to that little friend rant about how I know that my friends aren't very interested. I say I'm basically ignored on social media. I keep seeing that I post things on Tumblr and Twitter, and I share things with people even in text and on Skype, and they will seriously just not. It's not so much that they don't care about me, it's just they don't care about the subject nearly enough to want to even click on the link. And I realize that they're probably equally as busy as I am, especially if I haven't had time to look at the types of things that they have been doing recently. And it's really hard to keep up with people. So I've been thinking about basically getting a Facebook. I haven't had a Facebook in I think almost. Okay, I think I haven't had a Facebook in almost 2 years now, and that's actually what brought in the topic of me thinking about my old friends that I haven't talked to, because I've been reading through the conversations that I've had with some of them back online and in that time, and it is just like it has opened my eyes to the fact that I have not been that I've not really been thinking that much, about things. I've basically just ignored them and forgotten about, what they brought to my life in favor of just thinking, I'm like, well, what did they bring to, anything else, And I guess the fact still remains that they did kind of ignore what I said and all of the things that I was doing, and I did feel kind of betrayed in a way, with the way that they act. But I suppose if I had talked to them more, if I had confronted them more, it would have actually made more sense, why they were doing these things, and I would have understood more how to deal with that and how to cope with it personally, instead of just trying to force everybody into liking and doing the same things I'm doing. So I know this is kind of a long rant, but that was what this was intended to be anyway. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I really did intend to come in here and rant, and this is again, it's an update, not really a new Let's Play series. But yeah, so I felt like if I did get my Facebook back, it really wouldn't change anything so much, except maybe make it a little bit easier for everybody else to talk to me. But I do remember back in those days, the way I chit-chatted with people was not valuable. It wasn't something that I could really take home and say that was a good conversation I had with them. I learned something and I took something away from it. No, it was just idle chit chat like everything else. And I feel like if I ever got back on social media, that it would just be the same as that. I would be basically ignored again, just like a lot of other people are. You know, people, as soon as they get that kind of connection with each other, they lose the real connection with each other. And I'm not just trying to be a naysayer about, you know, modern technology. I do social network. I do have Twitter and Tumblr and everything like that. But the way I figure, you know, if I'm ignored on those, then who's to, you know, who, like, what's making them think that they're really going to pay attention to what I'm doing on Facebook? And so I think that's really, you know, something that that's important for me to consider. Next topic on the list. Oh my gosh, that's actually a lot that I've been covering recently, and I've been doing it in an actually orderly fashion. Okay. Okay. I got it. I'm looking. Okay. So, here's the deal that I was thinking of. Yeah, I can drop down here. I completely forgot what I was going to say now because I was attacking that skeleton. So I know it's tough to really preach this thing to you guys, because you guys are like, dude, I don't know you, Wes. It's like, why do I even care about all this stuff? I just want to see you play the game. I came here for Minecraft, not for Winecraft. So yes, I do apologize for that. I'm sorry, guys. I will try to work on all that stuff in the future. But for now, yeah, I will continue with this. Goodness, what was the topic? Yeah, like I said, I'm like trying to get this and then I keep forgetting it. Sorry for my silence. Okay, I hate platforming. Okay, so I actually want to do more content on this. I don't want to limit it to just games and stuff like that. And I think I talked about that briefly at the beginning of the video. But I do want to point out, you know, or I want to, like, I guess, elaborate more on what that might mean for all of you guys. And that would be that I want to read stuff. You know, I want to read fan fiction. I want to maybe even do music. You know, like I might even want to sing at some point. And you know, it's not going to happen if I'm on, you know, such crappy hardware all the time. You know, and I'm not trying to blame it that, you know, I have crappy hardware, so I can't actually do it. It's not an I can't issue. It's that I don't feel like it would be rewarding enough if I didn't know how to video edit or do anything useful with it, that I could, you know, that I wouldn't be able to bring something to the table when I actually do those things. And one of those things is actually art. I do want to stream some art and stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't just need hardware for it. You know, I don't just need, you know, a beastly computer to stream games and all that stuff. You know, I also need, you know, support. I want to know that, you know, people are interested in that kind of thing that I'm doing, and I know they're not interested in me just sitting here and vlogging, you know, the entire time. But I just want that kind of reassurance that, you know, it's like I have the options to do the things that I want to do, and that's something that's really hard. But I've been thinking, I'm like, you know, I want to do more than just Let's Plays. But I also kind of want to like save up for like a mic to actually get into the habit of doing things. And that's another thing, you know, you guys will get to see me do more live streams with multiple people, and you guys will get to see me do more recordings, of course, because you're on YouTube and that's what you care about. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, by the way. But you guys will get to see more of that if I actually had like a microphone, you know, an omnidirectional microphone that you could hear somebody else talking into. Instead of just me. So if you guys want to see that, you know, leave a like on this video. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm really interested to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on these things, because they were, you know, believe it or not, yes, it is really valuable to me that I know those kinds of things. You know, that I know somebody out there cares about that and actually wants to see that. Yeah, so like I want to share more things with you guys. I want to do all that stuff. And okay, so I've gone through my whole list of notes and stuff like that, and I want to tell you, you know, so I brought you guys into Minecraft because basically I haven't moved over my game files yet, so there's going to be a little bit of a hiatus. There's a real update on the channel, a little bit of lightning round. I might even post a link just to this in the comments section if I know that you guys are going to be like, dude, Wes, you ranted on for like 30 minutes. How long has it been? 30 minutes? Is it 30 minutes or less? It's okay. Yeah, it's like, Wes, you ranted for like 30 minutes about your personal life that we don't care about. Why? Give us an update on Minecraft and stuff. So here you guys go. Here's the real update with actually my channel, or not my channel, but again, my personal life. But here's the update on my channel. There's going to be a little hiatus. We're not going to do anything for a while on the channel. But I do want you guys to know that I am trying to move my stuff over. I'm just not going to, put in, all the effort, because obviously I'm not getting paid to do this, and I am actually, believe it or not, getting paid to do other things. And so at some point it would be my goal to actually get paid to do YouTube and stuff like that, and I would like to put in the time and effort to actually try harder to do these things. And so I would like your guys' support with all that, and I'd like it when you guys, I would like it if you guys left comments and talked about the things that you wanted to see on the channel, all that junk. And yeah, so yes, please leave a comment on this video, leave a like or a dislike or anything. Believe it or not, that actually is support for me, and I do appreciate it. And as always, thank you for watching. And for those of you that want to stay tuned after the thanks for watching thing, for those of you that want a little special treat, two things. For one, yes, I installed Minecraft on this machine. I figured out that the alternative download for Minecraft on Windows, the regular EXE version that you just store in your documents or whatever, the old version that it used to be, is actually better, because it doesn't leave that that ugly native log file on your desktop when you put the shortcut on your desktop. That's really annoying. I can't stand that, because I can't stand having clutter on my desktop. And as a matter of fact, I'll actually minimize this and show you my desktop. There it is. There's the things I have. I know I have Dolphin installed and Steam, but that doesn't mean that I can still do the games that I'm currently Let's Playing from those just yet, because I still need my save files. I don't like that. Good thing I disabled all the anti-privacy stuff. But yeah, nice thing to do. And for those of you special ones that stayed tuned, thank you very much for watching. And I tried Jack in the Box for the first time. Okay, so here's a small little story for those of you that are still tuned in. I tried Jack in the Box for the first time just a couple days ago, and let me tell you, if people are hyping it up, if people are saying it's like, oh man, it's so great, it's like, I went through the drive-through there several times, and just from the stench alone, I did not want to go. I did not want to eat there, because I'm like, if I eat here, I'm gonna have like a serious anxiety attack. I'm gonna feel like I'm having a stroke, because I consumed too much grease and fat instead of something nutritious. But I finally broke down. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try Jack in the Box sometime when I have a craving for oh gosh, was it ground beef? Like fried ground beef or charbroiled ground beef or whatever. So I was somebody recommended to me, Fenris recommended to me, the sourdough Jack, and that thing is holy shnikes amazing. So if there's hype about it, the hype is real. They are not messing around. Just a minute. Sorry, somebody's at my door. So I tried that. It was great. I can recommend that to you guys too. And yeah, that's actually going to be all for this video. I'm sorry to kind of leave on like such a random note, but I'm getting pestered right now, actually, in a very negative way. So I will see you guys all later, and thank you for watching. Forgot the